Hey, foodie gang. Hey, foodie gang. Hey, foodie gang. Hey, foodie gang. Hey, what is going on? You are tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank, Season 2, Episode 22, Take 2. How is everyone doing today? Please hit the like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn the notification bells on. I'm going I'm doing pre-recorded content every Wednesday at 9 a.m. and going live randomly to support the channel and keep the stove on. Hit the Cash App, money sign, Chef Big Bank. So, yesterday we did this interview. The sound quality was not great, so we are back again to do the interview. This is going to be take 2. So, if you're watching me on the replay, please leave a comment down below. And I'm going to get into the show disclaimer really quick, and then we are going to bring our guest up. Okay, so welcome to 907 Good Eats Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Please note that the information provided on our channel, including commentary and discussions, is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the individuals and not those of 907 Good Eats. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information, we cannot guarantee its completeness, reliability, or accuracy.
The use of the information provided on this channel is strictly at your own risk. We do not claim ownership of any third-party content featured on our channel. All third-party content is the intellectual property of the respective owners, and we respect their rights. Viewer description is advised for all content. And so there you have it. That is the disclaimer, Foodie Gang. And with that being said, we have Sammy Slay's Kitchen that we are going to be talking to today about becoming a personal chef. And so without further ado, I am going to bring up our guest and let her introduce herself. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
Thank you so much for coming back. And Foodie Gang, at any point in time, if this um, audio sounds weird, please let us know. We did test it out, and it sounded good to us.
Yes.
Yes, and can you tell us what is Sammy Slay's Kitchen?
So, Sammy
And
Slay's
can you explain
Kitchen.
to us the, how you got started with that whole process?
So Sammy Slay's Kitchen is basically a food page where I'm taking people with me on my journey to become a personal chef. It originally started off with me wanting to just, share my journey into losing the 30 pounds that I wanted to lose. But I was like, no, it's so many people out there already doing, weight loss stuff and workout videos. So why not just focus on food? But what led me to starting Sammy Slays was actually a friend of mine on social media, and she said she'd watch this like later on today. But hey to her, Quinta is out there, who kind of like nudged me, to go back to the first trade that I fell in love with years ago, which was cooking.
Yeah, that's wonderful that they inspired you to go, you know, back to what you love. That matters a lot. Um, so that sounds great. Okay, so Foodie Gang, I have a slideshow so that we, can really get familiar with Sammy Slay's Kitchen and with the food. So we're gonna get into that slideshow to kind of warm us up, and so we all know what we're talking about when we see this amazing food.
Love
All right, Foodie Gang, and there you have it.
yeah.
And thank you so much, Genesis, for sliding through the dough. We are doing a retake from yesterday, so let us know if the sound sounds weird at any time. We have tested it out, but y'all know how it is when you're going live.
Right.
And we're going to bring that slideshow back up later on and let you explain to us the dishes that we are looking at. But before we get into that, I have a couple of questions for you, Sammy
Yes.
Slay's Kitchen. Can you tell us about your background with food?
Well, my background with food is pretty all over the place and extensive to a degree. Um, it started off, 15, 16, when you get that first job. I ended up starting mine at a McDonald's here in Little Rock, Arkansas, out there on University. And from there, it kind of launched into something that I wanted to do. So I ended up going to Job Corps for the culinary program there. But I only did like 2 months, and then I like switched over to another program instead of culinary. After I came back home, I ended up going back into the fast food industry for quite some time, and then I ended up leaving that and decided to become a CNA slash caregiver in home at that. And when you have that type of occupation, you have to, cook for the clients in the home that have dietary restrictions, things of that nature, which I loved it. I enjoyed it. And then I went off to college, studied LPN, so tons of nutrition classes. I've been all over the place for some years, but it seemed like no matter what I went to or leaned towards, it always revolved around me cooking. So here we are now, years later, wanting to be a personal chef.
It's crazy because like it all went full circle. It all went But sometimes we have to do that. We have to try something and try something else and keep trying something until we find something that
Yeah.
kind of sticks. But going back to the food, what type of food did you eat when you were growing up?
Ooh, a lot of soul food for the most part. I'm a Southern girl. That's all my mom and them really cooked. Really, my grandmothers. My grandfather, he's a country fellow, so he likes hunting for deer, frogs, coons, squirrels. It was around, even though I never really ate that. It's a texture thing to me, but a lot of soul food, fried foods. I had a grandmother who was very big on sweets, and I ate a lot of those, obviously. But basically, whatever mom and stepdad cooked or my grandmother cooked, that's what we ate that day. It's not like today where you can be like, I'm not hungry. No, you go see her and eat with the family. It's how my folks was.
Yeah, and I know my dad, he always made sure we finish our plate. Did your parents do that to you too? They made
Yep.
sure you finish every last drop, and they would
Vegetables,
always
everything else.
say, don't grab too much food.
Yep. And if that plate was not clear, you didn't get no dessert, no ice cream, no ice cups, nothing. It had to be clear.
Wow, and I even had a cousin that if his kids didn't eat their food, he would make them eat it again in the morning.
Oh, now that's a bit extensive, but eh, to each their
Yeah,
own
it's like
as parents.
you
But,
you gonna traumatize people.
right. Like again? Like no.
So what made you want to cook? And when you were growing up, did you help your grandparents and your parents in the kitchen?
Yes, it wasn't necessarily what me wanting to cook. It was them inviting me into the kitchen with them. Two of my grandmothers in particular, Rosie, Zadie, RP to both of them, that passed, and my grandmother Dini, who passed like years before they did. They would invite me into the kitchen with them. If my grandma Dini was in there making a cake, she'd say, "Come up in here with me, baby. Let me show you this." Or my grandmother Zadie, when she had me, when I was done cleaning and doing the chores that she wanted me to do, when she went in there to that kitchen, she told me to come in here. Let me show you how to fry this fish. Let me show you how to do these pork chops. Let me show you how you're supposed to cut these potatoes and season them. My grandmother Rose, she was the same way. She was a church woman, very, sanctified. And sometimes on Sunday mornings, when I was there to go to church with her, she'd wake me up early in the morning, around the same time that she'd get up. She said, "Come into the kitchen with me." And I'd follow her. I'd clean up, wash my hands. You know how old folks is. Wash your face, rinse your face off. Wash your hands when you come in the kitchen. And I'd go in there with her, and she'd say, get the toaster out, get the bologna out the fridge, get the eggs, put them on the table, and come on over here. Let me show you something. Look, you go cook today, Miss Ma'am. You ain't getting no cereal. No. Hot meals.
And how old were you when you started cooking?
Ooh, I want to say about 7, which that's the earliest memory that I have. And it was actually with my grandmother Rose, where she had came to get me from my mom. I think it was for like a weekend because she wanted me to go to church with her. And that was the first thing she ever taught me, honestly, in the kitchen. She woke me up early in the morning one day, and she was like, come on, come in here in the kitchen with me. And I went up in there with her. I washed my face, brushed my teeth, went into the kitchen with her. She had her coffee going, as always. And she told me to get bologna, eggs, and to pull the bread off her little, the big deep freezers. I put that on the table, and one day she was like, "You know what? I'm going to show you how to make a hot breakfast." And that was the first thing I ever learned was toast, eggs, and bologna, and grits. The very first few things I ever learned to cook on my own by myself, thanks to her. And I still have that as a treat to myself. just to have those memories, of her.
Yeah, one thing I really love about food is the memories. Because it's
Mhm.
like you can eat something and you could get a memory of someone.
Yes, and
And
it's
I used
just
to cook a lot
bad.
with my mom too.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Um,
Yeah.
but that's where it all started and began for me, was with her.
Okay. And I think it's to cook with kids is very helpful. They learn a lot. They love it. You guys, food again. Cook with your kids. Stop telling them that they can't do something and you worry about them hurting themselves
Yeah.
because that's how we remember our
Mhm.
parents and our grandparents is through food. So it's a great way to really create a bond.
It really is. And now they actually make, knife sets, for kids where they're able to cut on their own and uh, do a potato on their own and stuff like that. So I love it. I haven't gotten mine in the kitchen yet because of her uniqueness, but she will tell me into the kitchen to watch me make her noodles, of course, and sausages. But on the stove, not yet, not yet.
Yes, and I feel like her watching is very helpful too because
Mhm.
you can learn a lot just through watching.
Yeah.
And when she is ready, she will let you know, um what's going on, Dr. Frizzle. Thank you so much. He says salute to the panel and chat. Yes, we are back with take two, becoming a personal chef. We're talking to Sammy Slade's kitchen, and we're just getting into the interview questions. And so I wanted to ask you, Samantha,
Yes.
what is a personal or Sammy? I'm sorry. What is a personal chef, and what is really the difference between a personal chef and a private chef? For those of us like myself who don't know.
So glad you asked. So there's a pretty much slight difference between a personal chef and your private chef. Your personal chef mainly is going to be working with the client one on one. You're going to be very hands on with them, especially if they have dietary restrictions or like food allergies. You're going to get a chance to meet their family and feed whoever is in the house. As a personal chef, you can have more than just that one client. Like you can have one Monday, one family that you cook for. Wednesday, you can have another family that you're cooking for. Friday, you can have another family that you're cooking for. Um, versus being a private chef, which is mainly like all of your big vendors, like your barbecue restaurants, your caterers, um, your bakers, baking shops, cookies, cakes. Um, all of them are mostly private chefs. Those that handle the big venues, the small crowds, the 25 and up gang. Those are all pretty much private chefs work with, and a lot of them are, have or work through a company. Some of them also have their at home business, which I found out last night from one chef, that he does his from home. But that's the difference between your personal chef. Personal chef, you're in the homes, you're in the client homes, basically. But your private chef, you're going to be at a venue somewhere like wedding, anniversaries, hotels, boats, yachts. People that do venues on those get paid, baby, thousands and thousands of dollars, millions. Um, Your private chefs also are going to be more expensive than your personal chef. Personal chefs are a bit more on the lower end to fit, families that have, income based, or your middle class families. Um, we're more so for them versus, well, them in the home versus, your private chef. Um, but yeah, that's um, the difference between the two of them. Also, with your private chef, they're not going to be meeting me, ma, and hanging out with them, at the house 3 days a week. That's more of the personal chef versus, your private chef. He's going to come in and feed you real good at that venue, send you home with the itis. He's going to do his cleanup and go home and move on to the next spot and forget about you. Like, gotta fed you good, I'm going home, clocking out. Sign the check. Sign the check.
Well, that's a great way that you how you explained it, and so it sounds like the personal chef, it works more closely with the client, may cost less, and
Hmm.
may work closely with the family. Whereas a private chef, he's on the go, he got
Yep.
money
So always
coming,
to go
he
next
got
day,
other places to
next
be.
day. Versus your personal chef, me, I'll be in your home to cook for you, or I'll be cooking in my kitchen to bring you meal prep services for you and your family, where you can just heat it up in the microwave or in the oven later on, and you have your dinner ready. I'm the one that'll come to your home. If, say, for instance, I use you as an example. You're on vacation somewhere and you just came back with your family and you're tired and you're exhausted as F. And you don't feel like hitting the kitchen. I'm the one that you want to call. Basically, you'd be like, hey, Miss Sam, my kids will be home at 5:30. Um, but I don't feel like cooking today. Can you come in and cook me and my family a meal? And I'd be like, yes. What do you want on your menu today? I'm that girl. I'm that chef that will come in and cook for you when you don't feel like it, or when you and your family are running late. Y'all are out. The kids had a game or something, and y'all don't feel like picking nothing up. You want a hot meal that's already ready to go? Well, guess what? I got here 3 hours ago at your crib. A hot meal is waiting for you. I done clocked in and clocked out and went home. And all you gotta do is heat your food up and eat it. Look, it ain't even gotta be there. Look, half of the time, it's not with every family. It just depends on what their family dynamic is. With all they got going on and stuff.
Yeah, and what made you want to be a personal chef? Because there are a lot of different types of chef. So how
Yes.
did you narrow it down to wanting to be a personal chef?
Well, I narrowed it down to being a personal chef because I felt that it suited my circumstances at the moment, especially having a child with autism, with her therapies and things of that nature that she has going on, and me wanting to work from home, which is really why I chose this, because it suits me. It suits what I want now, and it will suit me for what I want in the long run. Um, Not just financially, but I really don't want to be working in someone's establishment with executives and sous chefs over me in my ear. I want to be home in my kitchen. Sorry about that. I had a call that came in. I can't hear you.
Yes, and y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel Foodie Gang to support this channel and keep the stove on. It is going to be money sign Chef Big Bank on Cash App. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Just making sure, but that's why I chose to be a personal chef because it's something I can do from home. If something were to happen to my daughter, if she were sick or something, I can still do business from home. Um, Even if it's just going to the client, even if it's just taking meal prep to a client's house. It's more blendable, more flexible as a personal chef versus, being a private chef, you're with the company, well, even on your own, it's not as bendable as being a personal chef.
Yes, I definitely agree. And one of the things about the kitchen is long hours. And one
Yeah.
thing that we touched on yesterday was your professional experience in the kitchen. And can you let us know about that today as well? Like your professional experience in the kitchen and what that was like for you?
So my professional experience came through being in Job Corps in the Ozarks down here. Um, the very first trade that I wanted to do was culinary, was cooking. At this Job Corps facility, KP was required. So either way it goes, I was in the kitchen. Either way, it's just about. But I did the program for about 2 months, um, learning how to, do kitchen prep, learning how to be on the line to serve, all these students, including teachers, on the campus. But Job Corps is basically a government facility for, kids, well, teens, 18 to what? I think it's 25, 26 that you can join the program and whatnot for them to basically get a trade. Um, and to be honest, I enjoyed it. Getting the little experience that I got being at Job Corps in the culinary program. I was able to learn a little bit about cutting techniques, um, baking, frying. I did get a chance to dive into like the souffles and all that kind of stuff because I left so soon, so early. I ended up switching over to business office administration, but I loved it. Even just doing KP early in the morning. Well, I didn't like getting up early in the morning, but they would make us wake up like at 5 o'clock in the morning and be in the kitchen by like 5:30, 5:45. But I loved being in the kitchen. I loved the chef that was there. His name, we called him Red because of his red hair. He was an amazing, outstanding chef who taught me there. And then when I left there, when I went to my second Job Corps center in TCU, even though they did not require KP there, I still made some connections with some of the cooks in the back. So, which I forgot to mention this yesterday. But even some of them, would tell me, well, not tell me, but more so like give advice of what it's like for them, being in the kitchen and things of that nature. Um, but I enjoyed it. I did. Um, Even when I went to college here at Pulaski Tech, I had a few friends that did the culinary program when I attended. I forgot to mention this yesterday. Sometimes I would sneak in the back and fry my own fresh batch of chicken tenders and fries. So
I'm gonna
yeah,
tell you, a lot of cooks do that. We make our own food.
mhm, they do. Um, but I loved it, even in the fast food industry, even though I came across a lot of, I'm not going to say the words, but reading between the lines, people, I don't know who it is that keeps calling, but get off my
And
phone.
then I have a question. What is KP? Is that kitchen prep?
hmm Kitchen prep.
Okay.
Everything
Yes.
from cooking to just everything. Had us doing everything.
Kitchen prep is very important in the kitchen, and let me tell y'all, if they do not prep out the ingredients properly, especially
Yeah.
in the restaurant or in the kitchen, whoever is the starting shift will have it really, really hard.
hmm And you're going to hear the chef's mouth more than likely.
Definitely, because the kitchen is like a well-oiled machine. Everyone has their part, and if their part doesn't go right, the end result is not going to be right.
Very true.
How long were you in the program, the culinary school?
Um, I did it for two months. I was with them, and then after that, I switched over to business office administration. Um, because at the time, this was 2007, 2006, 2007, 2008. Technology wasn't what it is now during that time. Even with Boost mobile phones, to those that had those, around that time, to bring that up. And I fell in love with computers for whatever reason. And not only that, technology was on the rise, with cell phones and computers and laptops and all these different programs. So I was like, well, Sam, if this is where the world is going, when it comes to technology, why not switch over to that? So I did, because I felt that that could be an area that I could thrive in, especially with the way things were headed, during that time. Only for it not to do what I wanted it to do. I went to advanced training and everything for it. Shout out to everybody out there, Cast Job Corps, TCU. Uh, y'all know who y'all is. Um, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to go. It ended up coming back home and falling right back into, fast food industry. No matter where I went, it was always something with me wanting to cook or me cooking something. But anyways,
I know how you feel. That's how I feel. I was like, I just can't get away from the kitchen. I feel like it was like calling me.
right. Like, oh, so you're there, Sam? Oh, no, 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 no. Come back down here, honey. Back into that kitchen over there on that stove, sister.
Yeah.
Get
And
that
I was
pot
like,
in
you know
that
what?
pan.
I'm just gonna lean into it. I'm gonna stop running.
That was pretty much my case, my situation. Pretty much.
So can you let us know? Okay, so you decided that you wanted to be a personal chef.
hmm
What was the process, or what is the process to become a personal chef? And can you explain that journey, to a foodie gang?
Woo, okay. Glad you asked this, because it's a long process and it's still a process. Um, the first thing that I had to learn, when I chose to step onto this path, was how to market myself which I'm still working on that. That's a never ending learning journey when you're a personal chef. If one way doesn't work, you have to find another way. Um, Becoming a personal chef, even though it is really not required to be, well, to have a certification to be a chef in this society, because many are self-made. Um, you still have to have a understanding of nutrition, dietary needs. You need to have a understanding of the business side of being a personal chef, which is a bit a process. You have to be calling me, whoever that is. You have to have a understanding of software, um, computers, laptops, phones, how to run a website. Um, what else? Financial responsibilities, especially if you choose on being self-employed. You have to know your budgeting and how you're using your money and your spending when it comes to not just your home, but the clients that you work for as well, which is a lot. Hiring and training, you have to understand that business side of being a personal chef. Um, Even though there's quite a few that are self-employed, but it's still good to have that in your back pocket of, if you do want to, hire and do training, or eventually down the long run, cook classes, for your community or whatnot. It's a lot. 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 Um, Communication skills, customer service skills. Um, you have to make sure that those are up to part um, with you as a person, that you have patience and all that good stuff, because you can be the best chef in the world, but having a crappy personality is not going to help you. Um, so the process of stepping into being a personal chef, it's a lengthy process. You're always learning something. That's for sure.
Yes, I agree with you. You're always learning something, and you also should be, you know. Oh, I think one of the questions I forgot to ask you is, what is your favorite food to cook?
Anything that's one pot meals, one pan meals, spaghettis, pastas, beans. I'm a one pot girl. If I can cram it all into one pan, I'm for it. I also like cooking salmon. I love salmon, fish fries. Um, I can do that just about every other week if I could. Um, but those are a few things that I like to cook and make. Salads. I'm a salad girl. Um, Whether it's vegan or something with chicken or shrimp, I can tear up a salad. Listen here.
Yeah, and then speaking of vegan, I know some of your dishes are vegan, some of them are with meat. So can you explain to us what is your personal preference? What's your or your diet of choice?
Carnivore. Um, I love meat. However, I can eat and indulge like vegans do. I love fruits. I love vegetables. But I'm sorry. Um, Fake chicken will never outdo real chicken, honey. That's just me. That's just me. I'm with the real chicken. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. but that's what I prefer.
Well, yeah, yeah. Chicken. I'm definitely. I like the meat too. I agree with you on that. Um, where do you see yourself in 10 years with Sammy Slay's Kitchen? Which
10
I like the name that you picked.
Thank you. The name was given to me. Um, my daughter's Madrina came up with it for me. Shout out to her. She's somewhere out there, possibly watching. Um, 10 years from now, yesterday I mentioned that I really had to think about this. And then last night I ended up thinking about it a little more, like, 10 years from saying, like, where do you really want to be 10 years? I would love for Sammy Slays to be on a solid growing foundation. And what I mean by that is that I want my business to be going from home and thriving. I want to, 10 years from now, I want to have the clientele of not just people that are income based, but the middle class. I want them to be able to gravitate towards me and me cook for them and their families and things of that nature. I want to be out of state somewhere, maybe even out the country. But I don't know with everything going on in other countries. I think I'll just stay here. Um,
Yeah,
um,
I agree with you.
because some of them got too much going on right now. But I would love to be out of the state of Arkansas. So I know that I want to head down to Texas, to try to, get this baby launched off to reach, the clientele that I'm wanting. Um, and just living my best big black life, baby. Listen here. Cooking for people's families and making everybody back big is my goal. I want their back to be big like mine. That's exactly what I want. Slimmer Slaves coming to
so,
your kitchen. Make your back big. Yes.
yeah, get y'all big back on.
Okay, I need to put that on a shirt. Slimmer Slaves coming to your kitchen to make your back big. Yes, Lord.
Yeah. You know what, Sammy Slay's Kitchen? You might have just came up with something new because people like funny stuff like that.
Yes, baby. I need to get that co-signed and on a shirt.
And then I was gonna ask you, do you have any advice for foodies that want to cook professionally?
Ooh, I have tons of advice. Um, the first thing that I want to start off by saying is that, practice makes perfect. Practice at home. You don't have to just, you know, practice or get your skills by working for a fancy establishment or a government facility or whatnot. Practice starts at home. And also realize that, every dish that you do is not going to come out perfect. There's going to be days when you burn something. There's going to be days where something may not be as seasoned as you thought it was, or, just a bunch of variety of things. But, keep going, keep practicing your skills. Look, realize that learning never stops. Being a personal chef or a private chef, pay attention to YouTubers, blogs, journals, books. Stay up to date on kitchen appliances and all the cool kitchen gadgets that are coming out. Um, so stay in your studies. Um, get under a good chef. To those that want to be a personal chef, if you don't want to go the traditional route to become a chef, which is to go to culinary school, get under a chef. a good one though, and one that's actually going to root for you, um, steer you in the right direction, and give you recommendations. Um, Another thing of advice that, well, I think this is pretty big to mention, and I forgot to mention this yesterday, actually, is to make sure, to those that want to be a chef, any chef, to be honest, make sure that you have a clear understanding of religious and culturally based dietary needs. I'm bringing this up because I saw something on a TV program that didn't sit right with my spirit when it came to a particular chef. Um, Pay attention to those things and make sure that when you go to these clients' houses or do these venues for them, that you take all of that into consideration. Be mindful, be thoughtful, be compassionate, passionate, have empathy and understanding when it comes to that. Communication is key. I can't stress it enough when you're a personal chef of any kind, any chef, really. Check your attitude at the door. Don't walk into these clients' homes all groggy and grungy and wanting to talk under your breath, or even a venue. Um, is what I really want to stress in this video. So if you want to get on this path, on this journey of being a personal chef, make sure that you are an excellent communicator, okay? And that you know how to check your thoughts, your emotions, know what feelings are yours and what are not yours. Um, be humble, be kind, and smile at them, of course. Even when they're working your nerves, smile, put a smile on your face. Um, but last but not least, well, actually, two things, and then I'm going to close on this. As a personal chef, you need to understand your demographics of the state and where you are when it comes to this career. Realize that you may have to move to expand yourself, which is my situation. And don't be afraid to make that move. Start planning, start budgeting, and make that move to reach the audiences, clients that you're wanting to reach and work for. So you can have sustainability and a solid foundation as a chef. Also, on that note, know how to price yourself. Don't settle for less, but at the same time, don't overprice yourself as a personal chef. Remember, is your main goal is the word affordability. Okay, for those that are in the middle class, because that's the main audience that you want to gravitate towards you as a chef. But last but not least, always keep pushing to better yourself, because when you're pushing to better yourself as a person, when it comes to your interpersonal skills, your communication skills, things of that nature, that's what's going to help you have a better business. So to those that are out there that are watching this video, that are wanting to be a private chef or a personal chef, I'm going to say this one more time and listen closely. Okay? Okay. Understand that when you keep pushing yourself to be a better you, you will have a better business, okay? A more successful business. And I'm going to leave it at that. Boom.
Well, there y'all have it. And Sammy Slay's Kitchen is also a member of my Facebook group, Chefbigbank Foodie Gang fan page. And we actually met on Facebook. So, can
Hmm.
you speak to content creation and how that's also important? Or can you let us know what this, your social media presence has meant for your business?
It has meant a lot for what I'm wanting to do. With social media, it comes handy with anyone that's wanting a career, especially when it comes to the culinary industry. Um, Post your food. People are attracted to presentation. So, make sure you keep that in mind to my food content creators out there. That's what's going to pull people towards you to be on your page and want to like and engage with you on your content. Um, I'm also going to say this, which is something that I'm working on. Keep your page to my food content creators out there at home chefs, social media chefs. We got all these terms these days for it. Um, um, when it comes to social media, your platform, keep in mind that this is your baby. Okay, you run it how you run it, but I am going to throw this little advice in. My net just flew up in here. Um, Keep your page food based for the most part. It's okay to express your journey because I do that a lot on mine. But try to keep your personal to the side if you can, because we know how we tend to rant and all that kind of stuff sometimes about life, and just keep it business and food based um, as much as you can. To those that are my food content creators out there, like myself. Um, like I said, that this is your baby. This is that this your food page is what is going to help you um, not just attract followers, but attract those sponsors. I'm gonna say it again. Remember that this is not just to create just a base of followers. It's to also attract those sponsors that are out there. Yeah, keep that in mind. Um, so it's more than just monetizing off of social media. You want those big companies out there, to reach out to you. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I try to keep that in my mind too when I'm on social media. Yeah.
It be hard though, but it's very,
Yeah.
very true. When I
Mhm.
did work in the kitchen,
Yes.
when they would go to do hiring, they actually would look at Facebook pages.
Hmm.
So people are looking. So Sammy Slade's Kitchen is absolutely correct. Try to keep it personal,
To the
and
side
social
if you
media
can.
is great for growing your business too, or getting the word out there.
Hmm.
And then this is her Facebook profile. So make sure y'all go and follow her on Facebook. And one thing I would say that has been nice is I have seen her revamping her Facebook page. And I have kind of, I've been pocket watching, but I've been watching her progress. And let me tell y'all, Foodie Gang, she is in the kitchen. She is getting to it. I'm gonna pull up that slideshow of your food again, and I'm gonna mute the sound. And so, if you want to talk us through a couple of your dishes, feel
Of
free. But yeah,
course.
she been getting to it.
Let's do it. And I love this picture that you chose of me.
Oh, thank you, because I had a tough time. Because it's like the
Okay.
lighting has to be right. It's I had a tough time. I'm glad you like it.
That was me in 2015, 16, actually.
Wow.
But this is my food collage that I have. Canvas, by the way, to those that want to know what app I used to create this food collage.
Yes, Food Gang. I've been telling y'all about Canva. Yo, but y'all gonna listen to me. This is that's the same platform that I use. It's very user friendly. There's a lot of great YouTube videos on how to use it. And for me and Samantha, we are not tech savvy. We are new, not to cooking, but to content creation.
Okay, because I know it took me like a good 15 minutes to make this collage.
It looks very, very delicious, and I wanted to make sure I put that picture in here.
Definitely. Okay, so the one with the waffle is a waffle sundae. I had a sweet tooth one night and decided to make me a waffle sundae. And then the other one is it's just basically a fruit bowl with feta cheese, blueberries. I had some berries, oranges, strawberries, bananas, and the powder on top is like a peanut butter powder, but it had like chia seeds and all other kind of like nuts up in it. I got it at Kroger's, but I can't remember the name of the. I think it's simple something. I can't remember, but it was really good though. It was really good.
So you put feta cheese. So that's feta cheese that's on the blueberries. How does
Hmm.
that taste?
I liked it. I know it would be a strange taste to some people, but
Yeah,
I actually like the saltiness with
I
that
was just gonna
bitterness
say that.
with the
Um,
berries.
yeah, the
I
sweetness and the saltiness. I could see that. I never thought to do it, but I would try it. Um, the waffle looks very delicious. My daughter would love that waffle.
I love waffles. These are tacos that I made a couple of weeks ago, actually. I used regular beef on these, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, taco sauce. My daughter did not eat hers that day. She wanted ramen noodles instead. But I ate mine, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I tell you, kids be trying to ruin a meal.
Okay.
They don't like nothing.
Like for real, for real. So these are my at-home Mexican pizzas that I used. Cheese, tomatoes, green onion. I used regular beef on the ones that are on the left hand side here. And then the tacos over there, I actually used vegan beef, the Gardein brand. I like the Gardein brand better when it comes to vegan products. And for the sauce, I actually used mayo, Greek yogurt, dill, salt, pepper, and what else did I use in that sauce that I made? I think that was it that I used for that, for those tacos. But they were really good, really, really good. And once
Yeah,
again,
those Mexican pizzas, send me some.
I sure will. And once again, my daughter did not eat hers that day. And I love tacos, by the way. I love tacos, yeah. Tacos are my weakness. Ugh.
I know, but tacos is just so good, and you can just do so many combinations. I be doing breakfast tacos.
That's why I gravitate towards them. Taco, taco.
Yes, I definitely agree. But Taco Bell ain't got nothing on your Mexican pizzas.
That was really good too. I enjoyed that. So the one on the left is a baked ziti that I did with garlic bread. And then the one on the right is a chicken pasta. Both of these were I did these a couple of weeks ago. Um, my daughter was begging for pasta for like days. So I was like, I'm gonna just do one big pan, and that one big pan only lasted like 2 days because of her, because that's all she ate: breakfast, lunch, dinner, darn chicken pasta. uh, she loves pasta, specifically like chicken Alfredo, chicken pasta. She will tear it up.
Yes. Pasta is so good. And the National Foodie Gang Pasta Contest has closed. And we will be announcing a winner soon. So stay tuned for that announcement. But I just made some Alfredo the other day and it was so delicious. I want
Ooh,
some pasta now.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna make for dinner tonight for me and baby girl. I didn't take no meat out last night. Oh no, I'll figure it out.
I it's a big choice too. Like what I'm making for dinner, it really matters to us foodies.
Yeah, it does. So the picture on the left is a salad, regular ranch, from the store. I tend to go to Kroger's and Walmart a lot. Some baked chicken and some potatoes that I fried up. The chicken in the bowl over there is actually like a buffalo honey barbecue mix over some air fried chicken that I cooked up. And I did do macaroni and cheese that day with that. My daughter did eat 3 of those and the mac and cheese, and she blacked out for like 2 hours right afterwards. And they were really good too. I should have
Yeah,
added
you
some
know the
chili
food is
so
good
it
when you
could
go to
get
sleep.
a bit more of a kick.
Yeah, when you get the itis.
Okay. She was like, Mama, I am out. So this was actually a couple of weeks ago as well. Is rice, gravy, peas, and this was actually my first time attempting to do a fried steak with gravy. And the fried steak turned out very good. I did a really good job for doing this for the first time. Because in the past I could never get it right, like my mom and them used to do them. But I actually got this right. I got this right. It was really good.
Yeah, I've never thought to fry my steak before.
Me neither.
I never saw this before, but it looks delicious.
It was really good. My mom and I had a grandmother that tended to make this, as a quick, easy dinner or whatnot. And but for whatever reason, when I would go in there and do it on my own, it would never come out right. But I found a recipe online and it worked perfectly. I got it. And I put that in my back pocket. If anybody need any help or want to know about it, uh, hit me up on my page in my inbox. I'll shoot it to you.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean because my mom used to make the steak a certain type of way, and then when I did it, it didn't come out right. But y'all follow Sammy Slade's on Sammy Slade's Kitchen on Facebook. The link is in the chat. Yeah, but I know exactly what you mean. Like your parents did it, or your grandparents, and then you do it, and it don't work.
Right, it was either the gravy was too watery or the steak wasn't as seasoned as I wanted it to be. But I finally got it this time around. And how I know? Because my baby ate 2 of them. So that means I did it right. And this is actually another collage that I did on a canvas. The food that y'all are seeing is actually other foods that I've done through the years that I never posted on my Facebook until I started Sammy Slays. What you're seeing is like just a fruit bowl, then a salad that I was making, shrimp and pasta, salmon croquettes, and a salmon and blueberry salad. I did make an at-home vinaigrette for that, which is what I forgot to mention in the first video. And then the one at the top is just a salad and some spring rolls that I made with some vegetables and some imitation crab.
It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing, and it looks like it too.
Thank you. But this is like, I think this was like the second collage I did on my own. Um, I had a sister friend on Facebook named Deborah. She actually introduced me to Canvas. She actually did the first two frames for my background and my profile picture. But after I saw her work of how she did it, I decided to do it on my own. And this was like what, the second or third one that I did by myself. And I love it. I love it. Thanks to her
And
for
I would
introducing me.
say, and like I was here in the beginning, you have done a great job with your editing on Canva, watermarking your images. You're off to a great start, which is why Foodie Gang, I had to make sure that we brought her back to redo the interview to make sure that the sound was great because she has some
Yes,
great
and it sounds
information.
good. I don't
She
hear
makes some
anything
great
weird.
food. And I'm so happy that you guys got to meet Sammy Slade's Kitchen again.
Yes. And Chef Big Bank in this time. Hey, Chef Big Bank. Hey.
Yes, and join my Facebook group, Chef Big Bank Foodie Gang fan page, so that you can stay in touch with great foodies and great, cooks and chefs like me and Samantha. We are on the page, and she's also one of the admins in on the group. So y'all know it's going down in there. We cooking.
Yes, baby. Um, these were actually just like a few weeks ago. I did some fried chicken and some broccoli with Parmesan, salt, pepper. I did put a little Sappy Mama on there, but y'all can see the seasoning on the broccoli there. To keep your your chicken crispy, buttermilk. It helps. And salmon potatoes with a brown gravy and veggies. I love salmon. I could eat salmon every day around the clock if I could afford it, but salmon is so expensive. Oh, ah,
I
but
agree with you on that.
okay, salmon is hot, higher than Cooley Brown, child. But this is what y'all are seeing with this in this collage.
That chicken looks wonderful.
Girl, it was so
And
good too. My baby had 3 legs. And what else did I make with the chicken? Corn, the broccoli, and I did something else. I think potatoes with it. But she had 3 legs and passed out like 2 hours later. She went to bed early that night.
she sounds like she's a good eater too, and she's like willing to eat these things. Cause my daughter, I don't know, she's very picky.
My daughter, she's picky as well, which comes with being a autistic child. When it comes to fruits and vegetables, she really don't care for. The only vegetables that she will indulge in, which is like recently, um, thanks to the team at her school, she will now eat corn and she will have green beans here and there. But
Yeah,
like
I have
actual,
oh sorry.
but like,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I have a nephew who's autistic as well. And it has been an uphill battle as far as food.
Hmm. It can be. Um, like my daughter, when it comes to fruits, she won't eat whole fruit. But if it's the Nutri-Grain bars, oh honey, she'll tear it up. Specifically the apple cinnamon. She loves those. She will tear them up. But if it's whole fruit, she's just like, she'll acknowledge that you're eating it and that she sees it. But eating whole raw fruit by itself, she's just like, no, I'll take the Nutri-Grain bar instead. But chicken,
Yeah,
she'll
with
eat
some
chicken. She loves McDonald's. She will tear up some McDonald's and Wendy's chicken nuggets and chicken. She likes chicken.
yeah, my nephew loves Burger King, but what I will say is your daughter eats a lot of food which to be autistic. She's doing a really great job. You're doing a really great job, Samantha.
She really is. My little kindergartner. Oh, my baby.
She's doing a really great job, and I'm glad that you're her mom to help her along this journey. And I think it's honorable that you picked a career choice that will fit with being a mom.
Yes. And also, too, where I can also focus on her as well by having a personal chef at home business. That way, if she's sick, well, guess what? Here's some medicine. Here's what you need, baby. And we gonna make these deliveries real quick for the day. Look, and you can lay up on the mama, while I'm cooking at the client's house or something.
Yeah.
So it just fits. It suits, and I love it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot the pictures up here.
Oh no, I love hearing about motherhood, and there could be someone out there that's watching this that has a child with autism, and they could feel like giving up as far as the food. So your story can help a lot of people because you know
And if there is anybody watching this video today or even years from now, when it comes to work, being a autism mom, you can still work. Find what you love doing at home and turn it into a at-home business. Whether you're selling plates or you're cooking for clients, the elderly, or you're cleaning houses, do a at-home cleaning business. Go out, buy a whole bunch of cleaning supplies. Check with your state, of course, see what you need, get your EIN number or whatnot if it's needed, and do an at-home cleaning service where you're just going to houses, cleaning for people for a certain amount. You can always do something from home. Um, I know a elderly lady whom I used to work for. She made quilts for a living at home, and she charged like $40-50 for them, and that was an additional income for her in her home.
wow.
So find what you love to do at home and turn it into a business, like cooking.
Yes, and I am buying one of these salads if you start selling these.
Let me tell y'all something. I love making salads. I love making salads. When I do get an additional income, I plan on doing salad plates because I love making them, whether it's with chicken, beef, steak, vegan salads. This is my thing here because I love working with fresh ingredients. I love doing the cutting and dicing for the salads. I love being creative with salads. I love the smell of shrimp on the stove that it's about to go into a salad. Listen here. When I say I'm a salad girl, I'm a salad girl. I do. Making them, eating them, feeding them to people, it is my thing. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, the first one is a chicken salad. The second one is a chickpea salad. I use black beans, 2 cans of chickpeas, avocado, cilantro, regular onion, purple onion, tomatoes. What else did I put up in there that day? This was a couple of weeks ago too. Um, Olive oil, salt, pepper. I did like a little Cajun blend seasoning. Well, y'all can't see it on the screen, but it's in there. A little bit of olive oil. It took me like 2 days to eat it, but it was eaten and it was so good.
Yeah, when I see this salad, I think about hummus because of the chickpeas.
Oh yes. Maybe I should do
And
some at home hummus and sell that out there. But anyways, thanks for giving me the idea of that.
but yes, hummus is a good one too because chickpeas don't cost a lot. But I tell you, your food is making me hungry.
Look, right after this, I'm gonna make me something to eat. This plate here was actually this weekend's breakfast. Um, we have a little farmer's gentleman. He's an older gentleman in the community here in North Little Rock, and from time to time he does come through here with like fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and he had cherries on his truck and some strawberries. Um, and I ended up using those for this past weekend's breakfast with eggs and sausage, and I enjoyed it. And they were really good. And the cherries were actually sweet. They were really sweet cherries.
I guess I like how you always put fruit, fresh ingredients with your food.
I love
And
fresh.
y'all join Facebook group.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, but it always adds you always have to have fresh element to your plates.
hmm Um, like I mentioned earlier, it's all about marketing and um, creating plates where people will come to you. This right here, I was actually making a salad with these ingredients in this video. Feta cheese, tomatoes, bacon, chopped up cucumber. I ended up using lettuce in here. The pasta shells. Where are they at that I used? Um, but I turned this into a pasta salad, and it was really good.
Ooh, that sounds really good. And I picked this background because I know you like outdoor cooking and you're always sharing the videos in the group. Can you explain to the foodie gang what outdoor cooking is?
So outdoor cooking is basically being out in nature, in the woods, no grill to the men that are watching. Um, you're actually going to chop up some wood for this, fellas, on an open fire with nothing but a cast iron skillet, and you're going to cook it out there in nature. I follow Man in the Wild. He's one of them on Facebook that I follow. I also follow a few on Instagram that do this outdoor cooking. One of them will actually go out there and fish, get his own fish, from the lake, the river, or wherever he's at. Beautiful scenery in the background. And he'll unzip his backpack, season that fish up, oil the cast iron down on the open fire on the flame, cook that fish up with some potatoes. One video he did like potatoes, tomatoes, and something else. I'm gonna go find it and put it in the group. But it looked so freaking delicious. He cleaned it out there and everything by himself with fresh water that he carries like two big canteen things on his backpack to clean the fish and all that good stuff, and his own blades and knives, and just outstanding. Also, dear future husband, if you're out there and if you do this, I am for it. Let's go and do it. I'm for outdoor cooking. Yes, I am. It's beautiful. It's very therapeutic watching these videos for me. And it's probably very therapeutic to be out there actually cooking in nature, and chopping the wood and starting the fire from scratch and doing the fishing or hunting out there. Just I love it. I love it.
And I will admit, Foodie Gang, I thought outdoor cooking was barbecuing as well. And I never really heard of this until I saw saw some of the videos actually shared. And I watched the whole video and it was very therapeutic. And it's like, imagine this is like before kitchens and all this stuff was invented. Everything they're using is
Mhm.
from nature.
Yep. Um, so to those that think outdoor, you're doing something, on the grill that's outdoor cooking. No, baby, y'all ain't got nothing on this white man. Uh, it's a few of them that do it um, on Instagram and Facebook that I watch. Um, but when I say fresh, authentic fish from the river, from the lake, wherever he goes and wherever he's traveling, chef's kiss, baby. Chef's kiss. Yes.
And then one thing I will say is the video quality on these videos is amazing.
hmm And I love the scenery. Um,
Yes. So join the
also,
group on
somebody underneath one
Facebook.
of his videos asking, like, where are you? Like, where are you finding these places? Look, I want to go. I want to be there. But, okay, so these two pictures, one of them is a taco bowl that I made, and the other one is actually a taco. I forgot to mention this in the first video that we did. Um, I was actually experimenting with this collage. Um, I should have chosen like a bigger frame to do it though. But that
Oh,
taco.
Sammy, this is not one that you made. I made this collage, and so the
Oh,
food
okay,
pictures are a little bit cut off. But yeah, I made this one. I put this together, and I wanted to showcase your logo.
okay, okay.
So it's my
Just,
fault.
like, am I experimenting with this or gotcha, gotcha.
So yes, the one down here is pasta, and then that one's a taco bowl on top. But y'all just go ahead and follow her on Facebook. She has a ton of pictures. It was really hard for me to make this slideshow. Yes, and we got Genesis coming back through the door. Thank you so much for tuning in on the retake. Make sure y'all hit the like button, join the group on Facebook so you can see more of our amazing food. Samantha is an admin on the Facebook group and she is also on Facebook. And I know that you have a couple of other social media platforms, so you can just go ahead and let us know how we can find you.
Okie dokie. So y'all can find me at Sammy Slays on Facebook and on Instagram. I am also on TikTok, but due to the fact that TikTok might be going away, just hit me on Instagram and Facebook instead. Again, the name is Sammy Slays, or you can use my name, Samantha Moore. Just type in the search engine and I will pop right on up. Cheese.
And if there's any questions from the chat, go feel free to go ahead and drop them in the comments. But Sammy, is there any other advice you would give to foodies that want to begin being a personal chef or content creation? Any advice that you feel like you left out or any points?
Not necessarily advice, but I do want to say that to those that want to be a personal chef, that do want to go to the traditional route. Now, what I'm about to tell y'all is not sponsored or I'm being paid to say or anything of that nature. But to those that want to get your certificate as a personal chef, which is what I forgot to mention in my video from yesterday, you can go through the Culinary Business Academy. Um, it can take anywhere from a few days to 2 weeks to get your certificate from home. Also, they are located in Florida. So if anyone that's watching this that wants to do it, at the facility, just go in. Well, if you're in Florida, you can just, go to their business there and do the application and all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to go through them, you can also go through the personal chef undergraduate program. But it's more accelerated. I think on the website it said like 5 to 7 days or something like that, as an option to do from home or online. But just check out the culinarybusiness.com and see, what they got going on for dates and all that kind of stuff on there. But to close, remain open. Remember that learning never ends. Always strive for the best. Never take no for an answer. And remember that the more that you better yourself as a person, the more successful your business will be. And I am going to close on that note, baby.
We got one question from the chat. Genesis one said, any advice for someone who doesn't like to cook?
Any advice for someone that doesn't like to cook? Well, love, um, there's nothing wrong with not liking to cook. Um, I mean, if you don't like cooking, please note and understand that Sammy Slays is right here. You can always hit my inbox and I can come and cook for you for the price of, let's see, I take Cash App, Venmo. Look.
She's located in
um,
Canada, so are you gonna mail the meals to her, or are you gonna fly there?
Look, I do have a fly fee for planes, by the way. Uh, but it's okay to not love cooking, but understand that food is a necessity to survive. And if you don't want to get up out of your bed or from your couch to cook yourself a meal, and if you do not want to Uber or call a Lyft to bring you food, love, please understand that there are personal chefs out there like me who are waiting and wanting you to call us so we can come to your house and make you a hot meal and give you a glass of wine. That is my advice to you, love, is to call a personal chef, aka a place who's going to come to your kitchen and make your back big. Amen.
Great
Great
answer. And I
answer.
feel like if you don't like the food, that's perfectly
That's
fine.
fine.
But
But
knowing the
knowing the
basics,
basics,
just know the
just know the
basics.
basics. Mm-hmm.
Because if y'all been
It's not
following along on 907 Goodies, the fast food going up, fast food crime, they want
They
tips.
want
There's
this with
a lot of
a
stuff
lot of
going
stuff going
on.
on.
So,
So,
you know,
you know,
but
but
I think
I
that
think that
is
is
the
the
conclusion of our show. And we want to thank you so much, Sammy Slay's Kitchen, for coming up. And do you have any other final remarks?
no, that would be it really. Um, Also be sure, well, I forgot to mention this, to those that want to be on this journey, make sure that you check with your state to see what is all required for you to be, well, to have an at-home business as a personal chef slash private chef. Um, make sure that you're able to get your self-serve EIN business number and all that good stuff. And that's it. That's it.
All
All
right.
right,
Thank
thank
you
you
so much,
so much,
Sammy
Sammy,
Slay's Kitchen, for
for
stopping
stopping
by.
by.
I am going to go ahead and drop you down. And Genesis 1 said, I'm getting my coins together, Chef.
Get them, baby. Get them, get them.
But thank you so much, Sammy Slay's Kitchen, for stopping by. I'm going to go ahead and drop you down and close the show out.
Here we go.
And y'all make sure that you guys follow her on Facebook. I have dropped her username. Here it is. I have dropped the link in the chat, and we are going to go to a quick commercial. And then when I come back, I'm going to close the show out and go over some closing announcements with you guys, Foodie Gang. So I will talk to you guys after this commercial. Foodie Gang, 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 gang. Foodie Gang, gang, gang.
Food gang gang gang.
Hey, Foodie Gang. Hey, Foodie Gang. Welcome back. You're tuned in to Kitchen Talk with Chef Big Bank. Season 2, episode 22, take 2. Yesterday we filmed, the audio was not up to par and not up to the standard of 907 Goodies. So we brought Sammy Slay's Kitchen back to redo the interview because she has some great information to share with us and some great food. So I wanted to make sure that we were able to redo the interview and have the sound quality be up to par. As you guys know, Wednesday at 9 a.m., I'm dropping new content. pre-recorded content. So tune in tomorrow morning, and I'm going live randomly. So make sure you turn on the notification bell, as always, to support the channel and keep the stove on. You already know what to do, Foodie Gang, but I'm going to let y'all know. Money sign Chefbigbank on Cash App. I also make children's content, so subscribe to Ava's Playtime for Kids. Join my group on Facebook, Chefbigbank Foodie Gang fan page. Samantha, Sammy Slay's Kitchen is also an admin. We are posting amazing food all the time. Also, the National Foodie Gang Pasta Competition or Contest is now closed. A winner will be announced very soon, so stay tuned for that announcement. I think I'm going to take a break, and Thursday we're going to come back. We're going to do season 2, episode 23, and we're going to talk about tilapia. I know I've been talking about it since season 1, but we finna get into it, Foodie Gang. I think that was all I had to say, and I just wanted to make sure we have a great interview. Go watch my episode about mangoes and get educated. And if you're watching me on the replay, leave a comment down below. Hit the like button. Let me know where you are watching from. Share this video with your friends. And I'm going to hit y'all with the outro video. Oh, and if you want to make great streams like this, my StreamYard referral code is in the description of this video. Have a great afternoon, Foodie Gang. Eat good food. Genesis 1 said, am I going to be traumatized about that fake fish? Yes. Yes, y'all. We're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of tilapia. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna educate y'all. Education is so important. But I'm gonna hit y'all with an outro video. And I will see y'all next time. Foodie Gang. And thank you to everyone that came through. And I'm so sorry about yesterday, but thank y'all for coming through yesterday and today to make sure that you get this great information. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all next time, Foodie Gang. I'm your host. This is Kitchen Talk with Chefbigbank, and I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day. Foodie Gang, gang, gang.
Food gang gang gang.
Foodie gang, 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 gang. Foodie gang, 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 gang.
Foodie gang, gang, gang. This is Chefbigbank. Thank you so much for watching at 907 Good Eats. Make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you next Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm out.